So today's video is going to be what I read in September and October, so let's just get straight on to it. So I'm going to start with this book. This does have like triggering subject matter, so if this is going to be triggering then I would just skip ahead. Like, this covers topics of like grief and anxiety and losing a loved one, so skip ahead if that is going to be triggering. So this Rose is given the opportunity to move to a remote tidal island off the Cornish coast, decides for some peace and quiet. She lost her beloved grandfather and is struggling way to find her way out of grief, and thinks this will be the perfect place. There's a noisy piano teacher enabled the hustle and bustle. Marisa finds solidarity is not easy to come by. Like, she works from home and it's like the struggle of there's a noisy piano teacher next door that's not very considerate to the fact that people may be working from home. Finds herself involved with a tiny local bakery and finds this new zest to like save it. Like, this is such a good book. I've read like The Bookshop, On the Shore by Jenny Coogan. It's like other books I really want to read. An Island Wedding I really want to read. I also really want to read 500 Miles from You. Like, I really want to read this one. Then before that I read Charlie Chaplin. This is a biography about Charlie Chaplin's life and just sort of what he went through and like all the challenges he came across and just his life and how he became the successful actor that we all know him as. Like, his life from start to finish, and it just sort of talks about like his life as a child to becoming an actor and that, and his success as being an actor. So I really found this quite interesting. Now I'm reading my favourite book of all time. This is called The Great Gatsby. I love this. Like, this is about like 1920s America, like the time of like the Great Depression and that, with all the flapper girls. The time when women weren't really could only really weren't really seen as them, like they were just sort of a woman and all they could do was be an actress or be a housewife or that. Like, it was coming from the time of World War I, after World War I, where all the women had jobs while men went to fight on the battlefield, and then the men came back and took all the jobs, and the men even found it hard to get jobs. Like, they would get a job and then they would drink and that, and then they'd lose their jobs and that. So it's just a bit of a rundown of the time of like the Great Depression and that, and it's so good. Like, I'm gonna check what chapter I'm on. I think I'm on like either chapter 5, so I'm on like the best chapter apparently. Like, everyone says read chapter 5 because it's like the best chapter. Then I'm also currently reading this book. This was like Costa Book of the Year. Like, this is called The Shocker Fall. I'm only like a few pages into this. Like, this one's about like I'll tell you what happened because it will be a good way to introduce my brother. His name's Simon. I think you're going to like him, I really do, but a couple of pages, I'm not going to say the word because it might be really triggering, and never the same after that. Like, this sounds interesting. Like, this was Costa Book of the Year at one point, so I'm quite excited to like read more of it. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.